Hello everybody! Today for Sunday Fun Day, we're going to see how I draw an elephant man. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, so, okay, you know from the picture, why do I always feel I got to explain these things? You know what's happening. I'm talking to you from the past. I don't know how this is going to come out, and I don't know what I'm drawing yet. I mean, I do. I know what I'm drawing. I don't know if it's going to work. But anyway, I feel like I need to explain that, oh, this is not the Elephant Man from, was it John Merrick, the actual Elephant Man? This is not him. I'm not drawing that. I'm drawing a man / elephant. But for some reason, I feel I need to explain this to you. I forget that you already know that. You clicked on this, you saw the picture, you know what I'm drawing. I don't. Pretty crazy, right? I mean, I've got an idea. I've sketched it out. Because I always do quick thumbnails to try to see if the position's good, if I want to change it around, or if it's too boring. So, I'm not cheating by drawing him early. But sometimes, I'm not going to lie, sometimes I draw stuff and then I look at it, I'm like, this is too boring, it's not doing anything. They're just reading the newspaper, something like that. It's like, yeah, I got to make it more exciting. So that's what sketches are for, to make sure that I'm giving you something a little bit more than just, the guy reading a newspaper. So that's what the thumbnails are for, and that's what gets me here. But once I'm starting the drawing, I don't know where it's going. I don't know what's going to happen because, like I said, I've got an idea, and I know what I want to do, but I have to get it here. Because also, like I said, it's a thumbnail sketch. There's not a lot of perfect detail. It's mostly positioning, and then this is to see if I can get it there. A lot of times, maybe I should talk about this too. I should do a whole video about this. A lot of times, these ideas, they are basically blocking out shapes, blocking out a look. I was talking to a friend about this because we were watching, TikTok videos of people doing drawings and things like that and just discussing it, and she was like, how can they just draw it that fast? Look, just by drawing blocks and stuff like that. And I was like, well, that's kind of the idea, and that's where I go with it too, is you're looking at a shape, and I kind of learned this by learning how to do concept art, is you want to start by coming up with an interesting shape. And so once your shape is interesting, then you go crazy from there, right? But you got to have an interesting shape first. If not, it's just a guy reading a newspaper, big deal. So that's kind of the whole idea is, you want to do something neat that looks interesting visually if you were just to color in the whole thing black, if it was just one solid shape. So that's kind of the whole idea behind the thumbnails and whatnot. So from there, I don't know what's going to happen here. I got an interesting thumbnail. That's what I'm trying. That's what's taking me a long way to say I made an interesting thumbnail. And we're going to see where it goes from here. I'm going to do my wraps and drapes and things like that. And just see what happens. Because, like I said, I got an interesting shape idea. We're going to see where it goes. And I didn't really draw the hands either. I'm just kind of winging it. But what I think I'm going to do for the feet are elephant hooves. And I'm going to draw like big old jasmine clothes pants, because I really loved her dress, the drapes and the flow and all that stuff. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. So I kind of like that idea. And then he'll have his elephant feet underneath it. Right? Because it's a good big elephant flow. And let's give him like a big old beaded necklace. And maybe, what if we do like some clouds, make some smoke behind him, a little something crazy, you know, a little almost, I don't want to say godlike, but I want to say like very spiritual, like he's kind of like we did with the cheetah, you know, they're the crystal cheetah, you know, the one that had like the smoke kind of flowing around. It's just a look, you know, a little bit of ethereal. That's the word I was going for, not godlike, ethereal. I want an ethereal looking elephant man. And I want to do some stuff on his head, but I kind of want to, maybe I should leave it alone for color, you know. Ooh, let's see if we can do this. Let's see if I can do like crystals out of his horns, you know. Let's do that. Instead of a big curved horn, let's make them crystals. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, let's do that. I think there's plenty right there. Let's just build on this. Yeah. Cool. Maybe we'll do like some, awesome. Let's do like some like gauntlet arm type kind of decorative pieces, you know. Something a little crazy, a little different. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let me erase some of these sketch lines and then we'll get going. I like this. This is gonna be fun. I want the pencil to disappear. I want the Sharpie to stand out. I want the pencil lines to disappear a little bit, but they gotta guide me, so I don't want to erase everything. But I don't want the pencil lines to stand out. Alright, if you're working with pencil, you just start drawing harder. You press harder and start drawing darker. Me, I gotta erase. Okay, let's welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point and can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of it, but left myself enough of the image still there that it could guide me on this little Sharpie adventure. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Sharpie pen. Normally I start with the Sharpie fine point. Normally I start with the pen, but there's not a lot of fine details yet. When we get to those, I'll come back to that. So I'm going to go ahead and do the entire head so you see where we are, and then build off of that, because that's big and bold right in front. So I'm going to do the top of his head, just come around like this, give him a little bit of a little haircut like that, a little bit of squeaky hair, a little boop, you know, just a little something, just to make it different. You know, just to mix it up a little bit. And I said I wasn't going to do anything. I said I was going to do that with color. I need to walk away from the front. So anyway, back to the front. Then I'm going to draw the big old ears. Something like this. I'm going to come down to about right there. Again, I'm following my sketch, so I know about where I'm going to go. Okay? Let's do the other side, and then we'll draw the center of the head so you see where we are. So something like that. Again, kind of break it down a little bit. I'm going to stop right there because of the way I have something. You'll see this in a second. So, for his head, the ears are kind of, there's a big fat tendon that's holding everything. The weight of it, the biggest pressure right there, then the rest is hanging down. So, I want to go ahead and bring that in just a little bit, just kind of show the weight that's on that part of the ear. Okay? So then I can do the rest of the head. I'm going to do his eye sockets. A little big like that. Let's go ahead and do both sides so you see where we are. And then his tusks are going to come out like that. Okay? Now, for the tusks, I'm going to do something a little bit different. In the sketch, I decided this, so I'm going to try to continue it. I'm going to go ahead and cover the tusks up with his flesh like that. And then let's go ahead and do the trunk. I've got it just kind of flowing off to the side. So I'm just going to kind of do this, and let me see how I want to do it. I want to like that. There we go, something like that. Now I'm going to add all the extra detail in a second. For his tusks, check this out. I'm going to make crystals. So we're just going to do straight edges like this, like that. Okay. We're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to come out straight. And I'm not going to add extra one like I did there, because we got to make them a little different. Always a little different. There we go. Now, for crystals, I'm going to add some flat surfaces. Okay. Something like that. So here, I'm going to do it like this. Come back in. We're just adding, like I said, what a crystal look would actually be like. You know, a little off, a little colored, and then we're gonna fix it with color, or we're gonna make it look really awesome with color. Okay. All right. I like that. I like that. Oh, okay. So now he's got a lot of lines and whatnot for the face. Let's go ahead and add like an eye like this. We'll do another one like this. And like I said, there's a lot of creases and lines and whatnot, and we don't want to do all of them, but I do want to do some, just to kind of show that, you know, there's a lot of lines in an elephant. You know, a lot of stress lines. You know. Because especially around here in the ears, like I said, all that weight from holding all this weight up, you know, all the stress from holding it up. I kind of want to do that. I want to do a lot more there. I want to add a whole bunch of lines, but I kind of don't want to. I want color to take care of it. So why don't we do something like this? Let's just kind of stress that the trunk goes up this way, like that. And then I'll add just a few lines. Again, because it's an elephant, so we do want to show, you know, that it's the traditional, you know, what you know from an elephant. It's got a whole bunch of lines. Because, again, it's an elephant. But, again, it's a Sharpie, and I know that Sharpies scream, and we don't want to do that. We just want to be subtle with the Sharpie for now. We're going to come back and do other stuff in a bit. Especially with color. But, you know, right now, we're just going to kind of do something like that. There we go. So there's the head. I'm going to leave it alone and start working on the rest. Now, I talked about having like a smoke kind of look behind it. Let's draw the rest of the body, and then we can build the little smoke look back behind it. So I've got one arm out, one arm down. I've got him. You know what? Let's do this. I did also like a necklace, like a little beaded connected necklace, just to give him something a little different, you know. You know what we can do? Let's do one with smaller stuff too. So it's almost like, you know, let's almost add too much, you know? Because we can. Because again, this is our drawing. We do whatever we want. This is how I draw. You draw how you draw. We'll meet somewhere in between, and we'll talk to everybody about what we did. It's like, hey, check this out. Check out what we did. All right, so there's his chest. Let me draw his arm, and I've got like some gauntlet-looking like shoulder pieces and arm protecting pieces. So I'm gonna do something like this, and then I should let you see it so you can see what we're doing. And I'm gonna add just some crazy detail in there, just to give it a little bit of creativity. So his chest is coming up here like this. There's his arm coming in. There's his elbow to his wrist. Up like that. Now, what I'm going to do So I'm going to add that gauntlet piece, but I'm going to stop right there because I got his thumb in the way. I'm going to come around like this, go about like that, and this is what I was doing. I was just kind of coming up with just weird little, you know, just design. But I need to stop there because I need to draw the hand. So I've got his hand just pretty much out like that. So there's the bottom of the hand. There's the thumb. And see how I was saying I wanted to stop before I got too far and drew through the thumb. That way it still works. There's his index finger. There's his middle finger. There's his ring finger. And then his pinky. An elephant with a pinky? I know. I know. Look, I'm just getting crazy. He's going to have elephant feet. Don't worry about that. But just getting crazy. You know, just doing whatever we want. All right. Okay. Looks good. Now that I have that, I can finish off what I was doing. Come up here, close that off. We'll add a little bit of design. Don't know what that is, but hey, you know, again, I'm just going crazy. All right. There we go. So now we can work on this side. And remember, I kind of want to keep it the same. So there's the shoulder up there. Can't see that piece. Going to come down here to his arm. And then I'll show you his chest too, so you can see where we are as far as the body. Okay. There's a bicep to the crook of the arm. There's the underside. The gauntlet. Gauntlet of power. There we go. That arm looks a little funky, right? Let's see if we can fix that. We'll say that's going up. We'll say this is down to his bicep. We're going to say that's there. Something like that. A little stressed, but you know, it's all right. That's all right. He's an elephant man. You know, he's got a lot of worries, a lot of stress in his life. Okay, so let's do like we did there, just some crazy design. You know, it doesn't have to be exact. There, just something like that. Just some kind of weird gauntlet, you know? I kind of like this now that I did this weird stress line look on him. So I kind of want to do something like that here. You know, just a little bit of stress on his body. All right, so this hand I'm just going to have hanging down. Nothing too crazy. So I'm going to do the thumb. Back up to the hand. There's the index finger. The back of the hand to the top of it. And I'm just going to have them pretty much like this, just kind of hanging down. There's the next knuckle. Down to the middle finger. The ring finger. And the pinky right beside it. And there's not a lot I can do there. Again, it's the side. So there's not a lot we have to do. Because once you get the side view, you know, the profile of it, you're pretty much done. Okay, so hanging down, I like drapes and cloth and stuff like that, so that's what we're gonna draw. Something like this. Or maybe another one down. Another big one hanging down. I love cloth. Maybe a little too much, you know. Maybe that's my downfall. Is maybe I rely on it too much because, you know, you gotta draw. You gotta not stick to what you always are comfortable with. You gotta get out of your comfort zone. And by drawing drapes and stuff like that, maybe I'm getting too comfortable by hiding a lot of stuff. But it looks just so good, you know. You can get some really good stuff in here with some good drapes and cloth and things like that. So let's do a few more. As I say, maybe I should stop doing it. What do I say? Let's do some more. Let's just hang him down like this, just to show that he's got. Ooh, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So that's going to go behind. Then I'm going to draw his pants. So pants going to come in like this, and I got the pants. kind of zoomed it out too. But see, I wanted those behind. All right, so let's add some creases and folds. This is why I like cloth. But like I said, maybe I'm relying on it too much. Maybe it's time to mix it up with something else. All right. Alright, so for his pants, I've got him kind of big and baggy. I was talking about this in the sketch. I like the Jasmine Indian pants that she's got in Aladdin. Oh, those are so nice. Those are so flowy and perfect that I kind of like that idea. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to draw some big flowy pants. And then I'm going to draw the elephant legs. So it kind of works with the elephant foot, the complement of such a gigantic flowy pant plus the legs. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do the feet, and then I'm going to come back and add some fine detail. There we go. So now I can add some extra. Alright. Okay, see, I just love that look, that flowy material look. Okay, so we're just going to add some toes, some subtle toes. And I like the complement of the thick versus thin with the Sharpies. That's why I like using the Sharpie pen and the Sharpie fine point, because they look really good together. So last thing I want to do is, I said this in the beginning, I want to add like a little bit of like smoke back behind him, and I'm doing like the traditional, just like simple smoke, where it's like smoke billows, I guess that's the best way to say it. But it's back behind his head, so it's like, you know, not quite all there, because it's back behind him. So we're just going to kind of play around with that look. And I like the little spiral design look. I believe I took that from Japanese line cuts, like an old Japanese design of clouds. All right. There you go, something like that. So it's not quite clouds. It's almost like these weird spirals, but it's a nice design style technique thing. I'm just going for, you know, kind of like I did with the Crystal Jaguar. You know, just a little bit of something different back behind him, just to break it up, just to kind of make it unique. Right. And again, I like playing with the thick and thin. Let me make that thicker, just to, you know, mix up the whole idea of it's not intentional, even though it is, you know. Okay, so sorry I'm getting quiet, but I'm just kind of thinking, where else can I put them? You know, just to try to break it up, just to make it like It's back behind him. There we go. Okay, there you go. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So for Sunday Fun Day, that is an elephant man. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures on How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.